the lead with 40 seconds remaining. What a throw, what a catch, and let's bring everybody in here. Welcome into Total Access, presented by Farmers Insurance. I'm Colleen Wolfe with my three friends here, Joe Thomas, Steve Smith Sr., and Michael Irvin, and we have another friend that we're going to bring in right here, Carson Wentz. Congratulations on the win. It was a battle. It was not pretty, but you got it done. Down 11 with 6 minutes to go, engineered the comeback. How big was this win for you guys, considering it was such a fight?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge win. Like you said, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, and we left a lot of points out on the field, a lot of plays on the field. We got to be better than that. But the way we fought, the way we're resilient, really these last couple weeks, to finally pull one out in the end, I'm really proud of the fighting these guys. And, Boston Scott made a heck of a play at the end of that game, and we sealed the deal on defense there. So that was a huge win for us.
Hey, Carson, Steve Smith here. Congratulations on the win. I have to ask you, how difficult has it been constantly having guys come in and out, and especially for your receivers with the injuries and those guys not being able to be in practice and participate in the games?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, chemistry and building those relationships is definitely a big part of the game. But, when you're thrust into these environments and these situations, you can't control that. So you got to just make the most of it. And guys have done a great job. I mean, with the reps that we get, the limited reps, and, talking throughout the week, watching film together, guys are in a good place with each other. And so it's obviously not ideal, but guys are stepping up. They're ready to go and making plays.
Carson, you guys have taken control of the mighty NFC East with tonight's win, making the plays down the stretch that you had to make. Why don't you go ahead and walk us through that last drive? I think you got a monitor right there. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, really the last two drives. I mean, we had our backs up against the wall, in two drives. John Hightower made a huge play down the field. The drive before and to seal the deal, and then the last drive we just made plays. We made plays, and 2-minute mode's really been good for us this year, and guys with their backs against the wall stepping up making plays has been good for us.
Carson, it's Michael Irvin here. You must have heard me say that exact same thing earlier today when they asked about the last drive, and I talked about those last two drives that you made. Incredible, really incredible drives, and some incredible throws. That throw to Ward on that, what I call that Jerry Rice route to the corner, that was an incredible throw, man. Let me ask you this, though, Carson, because we talk a lot about it. How hard is it to mitigate and discern and make the decision on when to use all of that physical gifts God has given you and to make a play, and when to just give up on a play?
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant battle. It's an internal battle every single play. It's knowing when to pick and choose those moments. Sometimes third downs you can be a little more aggressive, and first and second down you got to sometimes just throw it away. And like I said, it's a constant internal battle that I'm going to face my whole career, because the ability to extend plays and make plays down the field, there's a lot of big plays waiting to happen. So I got to be smart and just protect the ball. And the one interception today was a poor decision, and we got to be better there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big plays to be made there, and I'm going to be walking that fine line my whole career.
Carson, that's brutally honest and great. That's a great answer, because that's the truth. You got to battle the great to make sure your great asset, to make sure it doesn't become a great liability. But also, Carson, we talked about something else. I talked about all of the injuries, and you raised the team up playing well. You took them to the playoffs last year, and right now you have them in first place of the East. And I said, if Tom Brady did that, we would all be on our knees saying, praise Tom, praise Tom. But when you do it, people don't give you the kind of credit you deserve. How do you feel about that? Or tell me your thoughts about that.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to getting credit or praise, it is what it is. First of all, I don't hear what's being said. I'm so far removed from the media, so I don't know if y'all are talking good things or bad things. It really means nothing to me. But to me, it's just all about executing out on the field and finding a way to win. Like I said, we're not where we want to be with the record we want, but with the NFC East the way it is, we got a long season, and we got to just keep finding ways to win games.
Carson, you guys have the Cowboys next week. I know you don't look ahead in the schedule, but we've got a Cowboy on the set with us, and I was wondering if you'd like to address the world's #1 Cowboy fan briefly to let us know what we should expect with that big matchup next week with the Cowboys.
Don't let him come between us, Carson.
Please
Don't
do.
let him come between us, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, I mean, we're always excited for that one. I know they're always revved up for that one too, but, you know, first things first, we just won here on Thursday night. It's been, you know, 2 games in 10 days. I mean, we got some rest to do. You know, I got some bow hunting to do, some sitting and relaxing with my family, and then we'll be back ready for action, you know, come Monday morning.
Carson, congratulations. Go relax. Go enjoy yourself. You deserve it. A great win tonight over the Giants for you guys as you move into first place in the NFC East. Got the Cowboys coming up. Enjoy it, my friend. Thank you for coming by and joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Carson Wentz there on the field at Lincoln Financial after the 22-21 win over the Giants. Incredible final 2 drives by him and the Eagles in that one. Now let's get you.
And not interceptions. He just has to play within himself, right? You can't be the superhero walking old women across the street and saving cats out of trees, because when they really need you in the end of the game, you're too busy or banged up. But he wasn't. He was the true hero when he gets the ball out early, decisive, and he's now the player of the game, going to be here, but he is an elite quarterback.
Well, he threw.
I want y'all to understand what we're saying here. I want you to understand what you're saying. You're trying to say, I mean, Doug Peterson has to be like an elite surgeon, because the part of him that you're talking about causes the problem is the same part of him that we just watched win the football game. So how do you become an elite surgeon and cut each of those men away from each other? That's what makes Carson Wentz him, that he believes he can make every play. What you have to do is get him some easy plays, easy drives, so you can get the ball out of his hands. Don't leave it up to him, and then let him do what he does later on when he needs to. You can't get rid of that.
Well, we saw him throw that dime to Boston Scott. We saw him throw
2-4.
Yeah, first 300-yard passing game for Carson Wentz this season. You know what? We're going to talk.
Sunday at 9 a.m.
Well, the Giants, it looked like they might have had this game in the bag, but that was not the case. Daniel Jones, though, he had a couple really impressive drives. He also had that run where he almost scored the touchdown, an 80-yard run. The Turf Monster got him on that one. But 2 touchdowns, 1 interception tonight. I thought the Sterling Shepard touchdown drive was really impressive for him at the end of the game there. He was 7 for 9 on that drive. But the defense and Evan Ingram, that drop, obviously looms large in this loss for the Giants. So, Joe, what's your takeaway just from Daniel Jones' performance tonight?
Well, when you watch Daniel Jones, you see a lot of good things, and I think he's making nice progress towards trying to be that franchise quarterback that the Giants want, but he's still got to eliminate some of those boneheaded plays, and I think the Giants' offensive line needs to do a lot better job protecting Daniel Jones, but Daniel also needs to realize sometimes that when that protection is breaking down, he's got to do a better job with ball security on the football. We saw him fumble the football on a sack again in the pocket, but generally, overall, I would say the decision-making was pretty solid. He made it some nice throws, but if he could take a few more shots down the field, kind of stretch that defense a little bit more, I think it's going to open up some things underneath, and then eventually the Giants are going to be able to get some rushing yards out of some of their running backs, and a young quarterback's best friend is always a good running game. It'd be nice if the running game showed up for the Giants one of these weeks.
Well, Joe, you made some good points, but you also fail to realize he can't make great decisions because the same offensive line can't block in the run game. They showed up a little bit in the fourth quarter, but pretty much for the first 3 quarters, you know, they couldn't get anything going. I think Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback. I just believe he's on a piss poor team right now that is young, that can't do it. But then you also, you know, Michael Irvin would say Joe Burrow is doing it exceptionally well, but Joe Burrow is on a better team. They have a better offensive line. They have better weapons on the outside. All he has is a tight end and sometimes 1 or 2 receivers. You saw with Shepard just coming back after being missed. He looks better, but he's just a young guy that just needs a little bit more time and better players around him.
Yeah, and a great throw and play, touchdown to Golden Tate right there, giving him the opportunity to make those plays. You did see some good things from Daniel Jones. But it doesn't matter what you saw. It doesn't matter about what shots he took down the field. The only shot Daniel Jones is going to be taking is from everybody for falling apart on that run. Oh, my God. You can say, hey, he'll never live that down.
That's so mean, Irv.